Okay. Thank you. I've seen a lot of your faces. Do you have questions for me first? Yeah. Okay.
Coach, I guess just talk a little bit about the different feel of this team for the first time in however long. It's strange for me to look out and not see Khadijah and April and Nikki and all these new faces, so many underclassmen. I mean, just talk a little bit about the different feel this year's team has for you.
Great. Seriously. Real good. I love this team. They are going to be special. I really, 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 really enjoy this team. They're easy to work with. They work hard. They just want to please. They don't have to worry about what's happened before. They're starting clean, they're fresh. We've got great leadership from the seniors, the three seniors, not in what they say, but in what they do, from all that I can see in all things that they do, on and off the court. There are no juniors, so that means the rest of the players are freshmen and sophomores. They're fresh, talented, excited to be here and doing everything humanly possible to be a great team member. And I can't tell you how excited. I've been excited to come down on the floor and see the way they work. And I don't think anyone's going to outwork us. Not because I said so, but because it's their personality to do that. I watched this summer. They spent an awful lot of time, going to amusement parks and cooking dinner for each other and recognizing what family means. And family is really, when we talk about a team is really a family. But they've demonstrated that, in all that they've done. So honestly, I'm excited. I truly am excited, refreshed, energized, ready to let's just get it done.
Questions for Coach Stringer?
Could you talk about having so much depth in the post this year, and what that's going to mean?
Well, that's a great feeling for once. I think that most of you know that we've always been very, very thin when it comes to post, and certainly with the loss of Chelsea Lee last year, it was a bit difficult because people would come at Monique Oliver. But you know what? Did you look at our size this year? We've got nice size, and anytime that we have that, then we can be as aggressive as we need to be. But what's great about the size that we have is these young ladies are quick. Their feet are quick, and they're aggressive. So, and within really that freshman class, we didn't bring anyone in our class under 6 feet. So that speaks to the wings. So we have bigger guards. Big is not always necessarily the best, but if you just say it in the context of that. But as an example, when you look at Kalia Copper, who's extremely quick, that's 6 feet tall, rebounds real well and is quick. So you're talking about a rebounding guard now. Add to that Laney, who is a rebounding guard, as well as Brianna Canny. These are big guards, which is nice. But not only are they big, but they're quick. And then you have the size of the strength of Ariel Butts. Well, don't forget about Krista Evans, who had a really nice, solid performance last year, who represents that strength on the inside, as well as Rachel Holloway, who is extremely quick at 6'5", is a shot blocker, runs the floor like a guard. That's nice. Well, we haven't even talked about Monique Oliver and Chelsea Lee, and if you don't think that they're not looking, that they're not going to leave an impression, you got to be kidding, because Mo, wow, it's just great to see her growth since her freshman year. She was always very talented, but quiet-spoken, and she still is relatively quiet-spoken. But in every sense of the word, she's a true leader. She recognizes what time it is. It's time to get it done. She's always been a great competitor, and as I've said many times, there hasn't been one time in practice. In fact, maybe last week was the first time in all these years that I've coached her that I've had to ask her, what's going on with you? And I still not sure. It just seemed like she was just kind of out of it for a second. But she brings it every time she comes. And so I think that the seniors have earned And who can forget Erica Wheeler? I don't know that there's another player that will extend themselves as much as Erica. She gives everything she possibly can. Chelsea Lee knows that she missed last year. She went to those games and she was very upset when we would lose. It was personal to her. So those three represent the kind of leadership that you want. And so we come in hungry, altogether hungry, because they want to leave their mark. So I'm really excited. My coaches are just the best. You know, I love them to death. So we really are a happy family. I'm really excited. I really am excited. I'm not going to get stressed out about what might happen at the beginning, because as you know, we always play a really tough schedule. So will we have NCAA opponents as we have always had? Yeah. We'll do that. But we consider that a great test. And as has happened over the years, and will always continue to happen, is we'll continue to challenge ourselves against some of the best competition in the country. We don't mind where we play and when we play. And those of you who know, you know that one time we played 3 top 10 teams in 8 days. So we'll take you on wherever. It doesn't really matter, because we measure the growth, not the wins necessarily, but technically where the growth is, and then ultimately that we're ready for NCAA postseason play.
What kind of strides have you seen from Monique Oliver as a leader?
Well, let me give you an example. This happened only yesterday, okay? We were playing the guys, and I said, okay, well, the losers are going to run 3 55-second suicides. Well, those are double suicides, and they have to be running at a real quick amount of time. They can stress you out. Nobody wants to do 155, much less if they lost to the guys, they were going to do 3. So I had given them a team to play the guys with the first 3 minutes. But we decided it's going to be the best 2 out of 3. Well, I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I stepped off from that. I said, we're going to let you decide who should go in and represent you. Keep in mind that there's 7 or 8 players who had not played in that session. So you know how everybody wants to say, I want to play. That wasn't even the issue. I wanted to see how mature they were going to be as a team. I wanted to see who was going to step up as a leader and say, you're in, and not worry about, well, gee, she feels bad because look, we need to win right now, and we need to get it done. So who was going to step up? Mo would never have done that. I walked close to the huddle, and then I walked away as they stood amongst themselves. I said, because at this particular point, when we grow as a team and we understand that it's not about us as individuals, but it's about who can best do what we need to have done now. Okay? And without question, there wasn't another voice. She said, blank, 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 blank. You people are the ones, let's go. Not one person said a word. They got in, and it was incredible the way they played. And I was really proud of her. That 30-second movement that she did, I thought, whoa, that spoke volumes. She would never have done that. She took control of that situation. So Mo's not going to be denied. Chelsea is not going to be denied. Erica is not going to be denied. So it won't be for lack of effort, I can tell you that. It won't be for we expect to come in second with anyone that we play. We're excited about it. It's not going to be because we're not going to work hard, because we're going to, we've got a lot of things to learn, because keep in mind that we still have three upper class, 3 seniors, but the rest are sophomores and freshmen. And the best thing about the sophomores is they're not freshmen anymore. Okay? And the new thing about the freshmen is everything they're doing, including everything, is new. But they're paying attention, and they're picking up, and they're listening, and so we're excited.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this freshman class? I mean, last year there was so much talk about the freshman class. Are you expecting this class to be big contributors, or I don't know if you want to name names or?
Well, everybody in that freshman class, they'll be playing. You know, our style requires that. I mean, our style of play, there's no way that anyone, we don't slow walk the ball down the floor, so our hearts are going to be racing after about 5 minutes. We need everybody to learn as much as they can so that we can come in. The thing that allows you to come on the floor is, first, to play great defense, because everybody can play defense. If you can move your feet and you can block out, to finish the defensive series and get the conversions by blocking out and getting the ball. Let's go down at the other end. That's where it all starts. So every last one of these young people in this freshman class will make a contribution. The only problem is that the only person that won't is Alexis Burke, who is a transfer, who's a real nice shooter. But she won't be able to because she's a transfer. But other than that, I would expect to see everyone's name there on in the score sheet and making a contribution. And let me tell you something. Even if it's not, everybody's contributing every day in practice because they're not favoring each other. They're going at it, and that's sometimes difficult to understand that you go to war while you're on the floor, but then we can be friends afterwards. And this is something that they seem to be picking up very well.
Coach, where's the state of your point guard situation now? I mean, everybody knows how much importance you put on the point guard, and for the first time in 3 years, it's not going to be Khadijah. So, I guess talk about the girls who are handling it and what you expect from them.
Well, first of all, we should state that even with Khadijah, if you think about it, and I'll take you back even more, with Essence Carson, who played a 4-3-2-1. Cappy Pondexter played 3-2-1. Mattia Javon, 1-2. So as a rule, we want multi-talented athletes, but it really does help tremendously when you have that point guard mentality. And we were very fortunate because at the end of the day, Khadijah could get it done, and she was a rebounding point guard, and she would go in and post and do all those other things. So right now, I haven't decided on who that's going to be, and we're probably doing that a little bit by committee. The people that are playing in that spot right now, because no one has distinguished themselves just yet, but it's okay because they can play multiple positions. So in addition to Shakina Richardson, Essie is playing point guard. She did a great job yesterday. Brianna Canty. But again, Brianna's not just a point guard. She can play 1, 2, and 3. And so when we have that, we're playing Erica quite a bit at point, even though we know that Erica is probably the best outside shooter of the group. But sometimes she'll play the point. So I mean, it's just our style, the way that we tend to do it. We have not found Khadijah, but she's a different kind of athlete.
Any other questions for Coach? Okay, we'll wrap it up then, and thank you everybody for attending.
Thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys a little bit later, okay? Thank you. Okay.